We live in a time of toxic politics where there's a lot of fear and racism and terrorism and, all those things. And you look and you go, oh my gosh, what is happening? Worldwide, terrorism, what's happening to the climate, what's happening in our politics, what's going to happen. That's on one side. And then on the other side, there's a million acts of goodness every single day between gestures of care and unbearable beauty of the earth, along with the suffering and the greed and the idiocy and so forth. And we could have a small vision about it, but there's something bigger going on than our ideas about it. As I say so often, the question is not the future of humanity, but the presence of eternity.
Sharing is an interesting word.
How so?
Sharing your spirit, sharing your joy, sharing. And it's got the people in it.
That's all you did. What prompted you? You had no choice, probably, right? You would probably say, I don't know, what prompted you to do this?
I wanted to share with people.
Yeah.
I wanted to share the joy of this. We had only politicians or actors or business people as our models. Here was Maharaji, and now we could take a new step.
Because the word mindfulness for some people sounds so cold and
right.
kind of clinical, and so they're saying, call it warm mindfulness, call it kindfulness, call it heartfulness, and I frankly am a little bit amused by all that because it's just mindfulness.
Right.
That's what mindfulness actually is supposed to mean, and I think it's crucial to understand that because I think a lot of what has popularized the interest in mindfulness has been the sense that if you practice this, you're practicing a kind of keen attention, which is true, and you will experience your life more fully. You'll taste the tea when you're drinking the tea. But that's only part of the picture. It's not only inhabiting our lives, it's understanding ourselves, and we won't understand on a deeper level unless we have kindness and interest.
It's really important to be aware of the energy behind our words. Because how do we feel when we're on the receiving end of angry energy? It doesn't feel good. And what do most of us do? Very often we put up some defense because it's kind of a violent energy coming at us. So we get defensive and probably feel hurt. And then maybe anger arises in ourselves as, a possible response. This is not a good environment for communication. And really, in the end, that's what wise speech is all about. Can we connect? Can we have connection?
What is going on is, of course, creating a gigantic platform for us to express our fear. That's not just about this virus and not just about the survival stuff, which comes up immediately here, and our individual separateness shows its face. But you referred to these protective coverings as our ego spacesuit. I love that because I don't know if you know, Ram Dass used to talk about spacesuit all the time, the different identities that we take on.
I think a lot, Raghu, in terms of our evolution, and I talk about the sum and radical compassion, how from an evolutionary perspective, we spent millions of years in fight, freeze, millions of years. And it was only the last 10 or 20,000 years that we actually began to expand caring beyond our kin groups, so that we really cared about and would respond to the suffering of others. But that's kind of fragile, that recently developed brain, and we so quickly regress. So we're in a kind of limbic hijack right now globally. And
Limbic hijack, I love
yeah,
it.
and we need to be the ones to help to remember.
That's our only instructions, by the way, from Neem Karoli Baba. Love, serve, remember.
Yeah.
That's all we got.
And it's so true.
It's holding up, right?